now tuned into DAR Sports Media. Another interesting week in football. Things are starting to heat up in the college front. Some NFL teams are starting to separate themselves. First up to bat, my first group that I got in the room. We come in waves on this show. Got my man Tay riding with us. And we got Mr. Aggie himself, Mr. Toros himself, for real. Josh in the building. That's where I wanted to start here, man. So I'm of two minds on this Texas A&M situation. I up front feel like, hey, when those rankings come out next week, I feel like Texas A&M has a very good argument to be number one. Does anybody else have a win on their resume that's in the top five that's anything close to going into Death Valley, pulling them pants down around the ankles and spanking that ass? And it's so in such an embarrassing and shameful manner that they got a fucking high-profile coach like Brian Kelly fired the next day. They could not abide. My buddy from New Orleans, I was talking to him. He's a huge LSU fan. He said, if I was at that game, if I was the athletic director, I'd tell that motherfucker, don't even come back to the locker room. Go out to your car in the parking lot. We will send you your shit in the mail for fucking losing this game like that. At night at Death Valley, it's just thought to be impossible, incomprehensible. Texas A&M laid it the fuck down. Furthermore, among the top 10 teams, other than Alabama, man, none of these guys really have anybody that I would talk about as like some sort of big-time quarterback other than Texas A&M. Very settled. All of these teams sort of came into the season, the Georgias, the Ohio States, with just like, well, you're kind of the guy we got, so I guess you're going to be the guy. Texas A&M came in with a star. Alabama didn't know that they had a star, but they came in with one too. Other than that, though, quarterback's not looking too hot. Dante Mora, but Oregon's pretty good. Oregon probably still going to make it. I think the top quarterback in the nation everybody's looking at is Fernando Mendoza up there at Indiana, who is looking badass and is probably going to be a top 5 team when it's said and done. So that's another one. I just don't know if I completely believe they're going to make it the whole way. They have more good tests coming. Texas A&M, number one, whoop that ass. Got somebody fired. Tell me about this shit, Josh.
So just so everybody knows it's me. Yes, sir. That's the code. That's a cold beer. Everybody knows that's a cold beer. I am the resident Aggie. And let me tell you, there's a pattern. Kelly got his ass whipped, got fired. There was a coach that won a national championship that also was released of duties after losing to the Aggies by the name of Mr. Ed Orgeron. These Aggies and LSU, since Aggies have joined the SEC, have this relationship where they both just can't get along with one another. Think about this. Everybody talks about these crazy buyouts, right? And we broke the record, A&M did, for having the highest buyout on any guarantee money coach contract ever, $77 million of Jimbo. Where was Jimbo being rumored to be traveling to? Why, of course, he was going to the LSU Tigers. That's before they brought in Brian Kelly. And then also the athletic director at LSU was the athletic director at Texas A&M that gave Jimbo that crazy contract. So A&M and LSU are forever tied since we joined the SEC. And do I think Brian Kelly should have been fired? Probably not. I'm one of those guys that like to, give the coaches the benefit of the doubt. Everybody can't win every game. But I'll tell you what, the second quarter was ugly. The first quarter, the Aggies dominated. Second quarter was ugly. We had some turnovers and some dumb things happen. Gave LSU some life. But the third and fourth quarter were probably the most dominating quarters of football I've seen in my entire life of watching Texas A&M football. I don't remember ever watching 2 quarters and thinking to myself that this A&M team is light years above the other team they were playing. And then the craziest thing is, people talk about Death Valley. I'm going to tell you something. I've been to a night game in Death Valley, okay, when A&M was playing LSU a couple years ago. We lost that game. But it wasn't as intimidating as everybody wants to make it out to believe. The hype is much more than what it actually is. If you watch the game, the fourth quarter, the stadium was empty. There was nothing but maroon in there that got their butts whipped so bad.
The
Everybody
chain
walked out of
continues
there.
to grow.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Everybody walked out of there. I'm going to tell you that's just not that. It's just not that intimidating of a field. And if you listen to Marcel Reed before the game, he said, "I like going on the road. I like shutting the crowd up, and I'm not worried about it." I'll tell you that I think the win, in my opinion, the win up at Notre Dame earlier in the year up in South Bend, Indiana, was far more of a significant win than this win versus LSU. In the Discord, we talk gambling, we talk ball all the time. I've lived with battered Aggie syndrome my whole life, and I never get overhyped or overconfident going into Texas A&M games. But I straight up told some of the bettors, take the over. Aggies are going to win by multiple scores. Our defense was better than their offense. Our offense is better than their defense. And that's not even counting it. Special teams just run roughshod on them fools. If we don't have a couple of bad throws and a pick in the end zone, it would be even uglier. Even uglier for LSU. They would have not only had to fire the head coach, they'd have had to fire the whole athletic department if Reed hadn't given them some extra possessions in that game just to keep it close. But it was a great win, and I'm going to call my shot now. Aggies are going to run the table. We are not losing in the regular season. We'll be in the SEC championship. And because everybody knows I put my money where my mouth is all the time, I've already bought my tickets to Atlanta, Georgia, baby, for the SEC championship game.
Anybody else, I'd be like, that's a very dangerous thing, but
doing it. I'm doing it. That's how confident I am, baby.
So what are your thoughts on this this rankings coming out next weekend? Do you agree that they should be number one?
Well, I definitely think we're the best team in the SEC. That's no brainer. And if you're the best team in the SEC, you should be number one in the country. I know that you got Ohio State and Indiana up there 1 and 2. That's fine. But neither one of those teams have the resume. If you look at A&M's resume, not people they have to play, but games won. Actually, games won. They're the number one metric in the country. They have won higher profile and higher ranked games throughout. So we have a better games won resume than the two teams in front of us. And, I mean, our game was more nationally hyped. The Ohio State beat the T-Sips in Austin. Does that really mean anything at this point? I mean, they almost got their butts whipped this past week, and they barely got the win against Mississippi State. We dominated Mississippi State a few weeks ago. So if you just look at what the Longhorns are doing, who they played, Ohio State, I like Indiana. I like that head coach for Indiana because I like coaches that talk a lot of smack. So I got nothing but love for him. I've even used the line Google me just this week, to be perfectly honest with you. So I'm definitely down with that. But A&M, if they rank them number one, they deserve it. If they don't rank them number one, that's great. We're going to earn it anyway. So,
damn, you suckers really don't. You don't play no Bama. You don't play no Georgia. This is a pretty good looking schedule for the rest of the year.
Well, that's right.
You saying they ducking?
We ain't got nobody.
Easy schedule?
I mean, they do got. I mean,
it is
LSU,
easier.
It's a pretty easy schedule. I mean, as easy as it gets in the SEC. It's not like those teams suck.
Oh, yeah,
yeah. So my thought, right, this is why I was going to bring in a little bit of cold water, is it's like, and I know Josh agrees with me deep down, because like he said, battered Aggie syndrome. He knows what needs to happen here. I need to see them beat Georgia. I need to see them beat Alabama. Fuck, I need to see them beat Texas, because they seem to, no matter what the fuck happens, no matter what's going on that season, they seem to struggle to do that. So, I'm interested to see the SEC championship, how that plays out, and I'm very interested to see how the Texas game plays out. Tay, what are your thoughts on Brian Kelly getting shown the door after LSU told them to go pick a belt?
LSU was just too overhyped. Like, I mean, they had they brought in a lot of guys from the portal, or whatever, but just putting together, like every time, they played like really in conference, they just were bad. Like they can't beat, they weren't successful against the good teams. They lost early on, in the season, and it's just been, it's been time. Like even last year, like they had promise. It's always they have promise. Like ever since like Burrow and them left, it's been they have promised they have like I think they they want to level up. They want to level up. I don't think they want to be ranked in the 20s because that's about the team they are. Like they're like a 8-4 kind of team, and I don't think LSU wants that. So as good as the players they have, like they have a lot of NFL players on their teams every year. I don't know. It's just been weird past couple of years. So I guess they wanted a change, and on the Texas A&M thing real quick, definitely unexpected. For me, they've been red hot. I think they should be ranked 2 because the only reason why I like Ohio State at 1 still. They won the championship last year, and they haven't like that. That's just what it is. Like that's the only thing. Like if they didn't win the championship, that's a little different. But reigning champs, undefeated. I hate Ohio State so much. I don't even like saying that, but
they're gonna get there.
They deserve it. Like they won the championship, they haven't lost. So someone has to beat them to knock them off.
Aggies is gonna take care of us. They're gonna get there, so it's all right.
You guys remember the number 1 recruiting class of all time under Jimbo Fisher a few years ago?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This team, all those guys that are still around are juniors. And then when you talk about the portal, the wide receivers that the Aggies pulled out of the portal with Concepcion and Craver, those guys are straight up dogs. Whatever you got to understand, dude. Also, A&M's got money, right? Not only are we paying a coach $77 million to sit at home, we're paying another coach $70 million to actually coach. And then you talk about what we're paying the roster. The other thing too about like LSU, they're talking about having to pay that $55 million and how that's going to impact their whole school. That they're going to have to work hard to come up with that money to.
Yeah, I just don't know if it was worth it to do that.
I mean, I don't know, dude. But all I'm saying is our roster's getting paid. And I'm going to tell you whatever they're paying Concepcion, and one of the cool things about Concepcion, when you're in the stadium, I'll let some of the non-Aggie people in on this. Whenever Concepcion catches a ball in the stadium, they don't say reception, they say reception.
Tremendous.
KC reception for a touchdown, or KC reception punt return. But whatever they're paying reception and Craver, not enough, man. Double it. Pay them boys. Marcel Reed, he's got himself a private plane deal. He's got a private plane NIL deal where he can just call up a plane, take him anywhere he wants in the country, and then bring him back to College Station whenever he wants. But I'll tell you one cool thing he's doing, just a little more inside information. He's using that private plane NIL deal to also transport organs and health care equipment all around the country as well, too. So not only do you have this now Heisman hopeful, but he's also doing a great deal with his NIL and all that stuff, dude. This roster and this team is together. And Mike Elko's a perfect coach. I wasn't a full-on Elko supporter from day one. I had my little bit of doubts, but I'm going to tell you right now, 0 doubts, dude. This guy's a beast. And if you guys get a chance to ever watch any of the stuff that the Aggies put on YouTube, on their YouTube channel for the halftime shows, and they get into the locker room, and we always get pieces of the halftime speech. And so if you want to know why the Aggies were getting their ass kicked in the second quarter, but then they came out in the third quarter and just did their thing against LSU, get a clip of that halftime locker room speech by that coach. Anybody listen to it's going to want to run through the wall. So it's amazing. I don't want to talk Aggies all night and railroad it, but look for us in the playoffs, baby.
I real quick before we get out, you mentioned how the roster is paid. Your favorite paid for a roster up there in old Lubbock. They're doing pretty damn well this season too.
Money talk. Oil money's real, dude.
Very, very real. Whether it comes from U.S. soil or other soils abroad. That was for Webb. So another reason that I thought it was a very advantageous time to have you on there, Josh, as we transition to the NFL, as I'm sure you and True could have a fun little interaction here as your teams played this weekend. You know what, True? I want to tell you right now, I fucked up because I'm sitting there. The games are coming on in the afternoon. I said, let me see. I said, I don't feel like watching the Broncos play the most dog shit, ugly, baboons ass cheeks, ugly fucking football you've ever seen in your fucking life for 3.5 quarters and then score 40 points in the last 7 minutes. I don't fucking feel like watching that. So let me see what's going on with this Colts team and let me watch Colts Titans. Check out Cam Ward, see these Colts, what's really going on over there. And then I tune back and it looks like I missed a glorious day after Sabbath. It looks like I missed out on the Lord's blessings on the Lord's day because the Broncos whooped the shit out of the Cowboys. It looked like it was a fucking good time. Bo Nix is out there dropping dimes. Troy Franklin, we're going to call him Pastor Troy on this fucking podcast. He's getting involved in things. RJ Harvey, I told y'all about that guy, and during the draft season, he's starting to come into his own. Broncos starting to get it figured out. They got the Chiefs in a couple weeks. God damn it, Broncos, we need you to stop the evil empire from fucking going through again. Broncos whooped the shit out of the Cowboys. I assumed when I asked you guys, what was on your mind from the weekend, true. And of course, Josh, because it's what you want to talk about. You want to talk about the Cowboys. That's what y'all was going to talk about.
Before True goes, I just want to know I'm a realist Cowboy fan. So I started Harvey and Franklin on my fantasy team because every quarterback the Cowboys played, they make them look like Tom Brady. I don't think Bo Nix is that good. I think our secondary is that bad.
I can't say I fully agree with you. I think Bo Nix makes something out of nothing quite often. But I do agree that your secondary is that bad. I do agree there. But but I mean, I think the proof is in the pudding. Like Bo Nix is out of nowhere. I mean, what they did against the Eagles, what they just did against what they did last week. I mean, it takes a level of skill to put up those type of points and get down that field, especially to do 33 in a quarter. Granted, it was against when he went against the Giants, did against the Giants last week, but they did what they were supposed to do. I expected them to win. I just didn't expect it to be such a dominant win. I thought it'd be like Broncos make everything tougher than it needs to be. But I'm thankful for the Cowboys. I'm thankful for the Cowboys and that they did exactly what I was hoping they would do, and thankful for them. But you got to think about it too, right? Like we talked about this at the beginning of the season. The Broncos being 6-2 right now is crazy. That's insane. It's crazy, bro. Like I never would have expected this. I was thinking more like 4-4. Or maybe 5-3, but that's the most decisive win that they've had like all season. So really grateful for the Cowboys and their defense, their secondary. So thank you very much, Josh. I appreciate your team for instilling a little bit of faith in me for my team. So but other than that, I mean, the Cowboys are going to bounce back. They got way too good of an offense, offensive players to not bounce back. They have a amazing set of players over there, in my opinion. You got Pickens, you got Lambs, you got Williams. Don't have much to say on Dak, but yeah, Cowboys are gonna bounce back. But I'm glad they just didn't do anything this week. I'm glad for that.
Hey, it was a rough weekend for Taste Takes LLC, for Team Tay over there. Caleb Williams and the Bears getting slapped up by Snoop Huntley and the Ravens, and then the Commandos. Less than stellar situation on Monday night. Although we didn't know this when we recorded last week. The Marcus Mariota starting thing was kind of like a little bit later in the week. Once that happened, it was like, well, this is fucking over. This ain't happening no fucking way. I said, and they kind of hinted at it like, oh, such a spectacular season, and they did all this and other. I said in the preseason, my number one pick to regress this year was the Commandos. I think Josh disagreed with me because they play in the same division as the Cowboys, so that's 2 easy wins right there. But I thought they might regress, and it was not looking great on Monday night. You could talk about that, or you could talk about what else stuck out to you this weekend.
To the Commanders' point, it's been frustrating. Like if we don't, like okay, Monday, against the Chiefs, I was telling my friend, we were watching the game, I'm like, this team feels like the 2020 days, like Taylor Heineke. Like, this team feels like that. And like, we got Marcus Mariota out there. This team feels that bad. When you don't got Jaden out there, we might as well just throw the game. I mean, it's just all bad. We don't get no stops on defense. We can't score. We go for it on every fourth down. We never get it. I mean, because we can't kick a field goal, so we don't have a kicker. It's just been bad. The team without Jaden is terrible. He covers up so much. The team's very old. It's a ton. I'm getting tired of that too. You already know how I feel about that. It's time. It's time. They had their last drop of football last year and all that, but after this season, it's time. We gotta get younger. That's why we're getting hurt. Like older players get hurt more. So yeah, everything's just been crashing down. I'm not gonna say it's over yet. I don't do that. I'm no quitter or anything like that. I do think we got one of the best quarterbacks in the league. If he miraculously stays healthy, for the rest of this season, I love it. I love the situation. But if it's gonna be in and out, if Mariota plays 7-8 games, this is done. It's done. Like we'll get a top 5 pick or something like that. It's done. But it's just bank on health really, and it hasn't looked good. And the Bears, it's all good. They didn't take the Ravens serious. That's what it seemed like. They didn't take them serious. They thought they were gonna walk in there, and I did too. I thought they were gonna walk in there, get an easy win, like they, I guess they did, previous weeks. They were on a little streak, but they got humbled, which isn't the end of the world. I still like their chances in going forward. So it's a bad loss, but you can learn from it. So, yeah.
Josh, anything else on your mind from the past football weekend, other than TAMU earning that number 1 spot?
Well, I'll just tell you, I think the Dak Prescott has actually played better than what I expected him to play this year. But the problem is the defense is so bad, he has to play perfect. And to go along with Tate's point about Daniels being out, there's a reason why the quarterbacks get paid the most, get scrutinized the most, but they're also the most intricate part of success for any team, And if you're at the position as a quarterback and you got to play perfect every single snap, every single throw with zero buffer or zero security blanket like Dak's having to do, he's made some throws this year that I didn't even think Dak could ever make. So he's actually balling, to be perfectly honest with you. It's just the margin of success and failure is so tight because of how terrible the defense is, and you can see what's going on in Washington, man, without Daniels, bro. The spotlight's always on the QB. And as somebody who may or may not be putting together a real life football roster very soon, let me tell you, QB is a pretty important position.
Tay, what are you looking forward to this upcoming weekend?
I mean, bounce back on the Commanders. I mean, Jaden Daniels got to play, and they gave us so many primes, and that's the thing that hurts the most. We got a primetime game every week. There's a Thanksgiving one. There's a Christmas one. We got one coming up. Like, we got so many primetime games. We're putting out bad product. I don't want that. We're watching Marcus Mariota. We all knew that was the most. If that was yesterday was money day. You could have bet on anything for the Chiefs, anyone to score. That it was bad. That was bad. Like the team is terrible if he does not play. I just need that. That's all I want to see. If he's playing, I like us. Sunday night against the Seahawks. Definitely like that matchup. A lot. And then I think the Thursday night game would be pretty cool. Like,
oh, do you?
I don't know. Yeah, I do. I think it'd be pretty cool. I think the Dolphins might play I'm no Dolphins guy or anything, but they might play a good game, and then Lamar coming back for the Ravens. That's gonna be a good primetime game. Like it's gonna be one of those crazy ones. Something crazy like maybe like a game winner or something like that. I'm feeling that with this game.
So the Thursday night games are almost always close. They're almost always fucking weird.
Yeah.
The Ravens are 22nd against the rush. The Dolphins in this past game have shockingly pulled this off, put a whooping on the Falcons. They busted out this new offense where they put Daniel Brunskill in at tight end. So they essentially run 6 linemen and run the ball, get Tua going on play action, which is where he's at his best. I'm not saying, obviously the big expectation is like home game. Ravens can't afford to lose any more games, although I do think it's a little bit more in question. I think the Steelers might have been a little bit fraudulent, and the Ravens might have an opportunity to make some noise if they keep on revealing how fraudulent that they are. But it's, Thursday night game, Ravens at home, supposed to be this big deal for them, but they are susceptible to the run, and Miami is starting to possibly reconfigure their identity behind running the ball a little bit. I'm not saying that they're going to pull it off. I'm just saying there are ingredients here that would not surprise me that much that it ends up being a very, very competitive game. Josh, what are you looking forward to this weekend? You got some stuff to pick from. Look like it's pretty much until the Texas game, the T-Sips game, which we will both thoroughly enjoy, since I had those fucking clowns in my mentions bringing up a fucking tweet from 3 fucking years ago talking shit about a number 1 preseason ranking. You didn't even fucking do anything. Y'all are the champions of fucking preseason rankings. Y'all look like dog shit this year and have fucking deserved it. That will be an enjoyable ass whooping if that ends up going on. But y'all got Missouri this weekend. Also, anything else you're looking forward to seeing develop in the NFL? What are you looking forward to in football this weekend?
Yeah, so for sure, I'm definitely going to be watching the Vandy T-Sip game and rooting my ass off for Vanderbilt. The Aggies are actually on a bye this week, so because everyone knows I'm kind of a football guru, I made a whole plan. I am going to be at the UTSA Tulane game on Thursday night.
Spicy meatball.
Yeah, ESPN's going to be broadcasting from UTSA campus. So that's going to be sweet. And then it's a night game on Thursday night. It's a blackout game for UTSA.
Nice.
And Tulane is obviously the highest ranked, our most likely group of 5 team at this point to crash the college football playoff. So I'm going to be at that game, and I'm going to watch it from the eyes of a neutral bystander. Just want to see some good football. I obviously want UTSA to win, but I wouldn't mind seeing Tulane get in there, a former SEC team, Tulane, and wreak some havoc in the college football playoff. That'll be kind of cool. And then Monday night, Cowboys, Arizona. I look for a game that the Cowboys might actually have a chance of winning. So I'll be definitely watching that and see where we go from there.
Well, I'm glad that you're going to fucking enjoy it, because the rest of America is getting fucked on that one.
Yeah, you're right.
I said, "Oh, what the fuck are you thinking?" That's an old school NFC East somehow matchup. Those old that used to be a perennial ass whooping. I remember that. Tay, are you guys going to rebound? Them Bears going to rebound against the Bengals? I think that's a good opportunity. Yeah. Goddamn, they let the Jets fucking win. So
yeah, I mean they had to get their Super Bowl. The Jets. Yeah, I knew they were gonna be this bad. I'm so glad. I like this. They are the worst. I love it. But yeah, they got their Super Bowl, so I mean, congratulations. But yeah, I do have the
Glenny and the Jets. True. What are you looking forward to? Football coming up this weekend, NFL or college?
First of all, I just want to say I heard Glenny and the Jets when I came back. Just want to send a great laugh to the Bengals for what went down. I was not in the city for that, and I'm glad I was not in the city for that, because I think I said that to somebody. Maybe I like maybe been Kenny, might have been somebody else. I said to somebody where I was like, yeah, I don't expect for some reason I didn't think the Bengals are going to lose. So I'm sure tail like this. I'm expecting the Bengals to lose again this week against the Bears. I just think it's about to be a free fall. That Joe Flacco shit is like it's over with. I think it's done for. I think we're like he might go out there and get do some things, but not expecting too much from the Bengals going forward. In terms of games that I'm actually excited for this coming week, oddly enough, I'm excited to see the 49ers and the Giants.
Fucking not.
I know you're
Damn.
not. I know you're not. You're a 49ers fan. I get it. But I want to see Jackson Dart, see what happens. Vikings and Lions should be a decent game. The jury's out for me on how Broncos and Texans are going to go because I'm kind of
It's a good test. Number one
we'll,
defense in the league. And let me fucking tell you from somebody who watched the 49ers play them last week, they're the number one defense for a fucking reason. So
right. So we're going to see. And I mean, obviously Chiefs in the Bills game, obviously that's like the marquee game for the week. We'll see how it turns out. The Chiefs kind of got their feet up under them a little bit now, and they kind of
Chiefs are going to whoop that ass. Whoop that ass.
I kind of believe that too. I think that they got Rashee Rice back, and they just seem like they got a lot of guys back. They look focused again, and I guess that's just the Mahomes factor and the Chiefs factor in general. It's like you count them out at the beginning, and it's like, oh man, they're not this, they're not that, and boom, there they go. Also, a game I'm interested to see because I'm pretty sure Lamar's back this week, right? Lamar's back.
Yeah, we were talking about it when you were fucking doing whatever you was doing.
Yeah. That's not important. But anyway,
rubbing somebody's fucking feet with canola oil and shit.
And that's
butter.
definitely
butter on the cheeks. Yep.
No, that's more likely. That was a more likely thing for me to do. Anyway, I think I'm anxious to see how the Dolphins play. I mean, we already know. I mean, could this be Tua's like biggest game of the season? And what's gonna happen?
No. Well, for this podcast right here, I can't believe we haven't discussed.
What are we discussing? I'm sorry.
So
Tua
shows up to the game on Sunday. With what appeared to be pink eye, and they were in Atlanta the night before. Crazy theories that could be abound about what the fuck might have happened there.
Magic
Do
City.
You have any theories?
There's always if you got pink eye, you coming in with something. Magic City is always a possibility.
It's a distinct possibility.
Yeah, that's probably maybe he went to get some of the wings. Some of them.
Some of the wings, yeah.
The Lou Will lemon pepper wings. Maybe had an allergic reaction while he was at. It had to be it. That's the only logical explanation for someone to get pink eye in Atlanta. Truthfully, it's especially an athlete. Yeah, that's the only explanation. But regardless of what happened to him,
this in Baltimore. I think you are putting yourself in danger. Do you have any suggestions, Drew, on that? How possibly he could replicate that in Baltimore? Since you were a Baltimore native.
Stay away from the block. That's about it. Stay away from the block. And
of course you don't have any recommendations because this is a bunch of family men on fucking
exactly.
Media.
I would have none. No, not at all. Come on now. Kind of guys you think we are. Come on. No, absolutely not. But no, I want to see how the Ravens do. I mean, they're 2-5 right now. Is that what it is? 2-5, I think.
Yeah.
So, coming into this game, to be 3-5 with the Steelers taking a loss, Bengals taking like everybody took a loss except you. Like this is the time where you gotta, your schedule is not super super tough. Better part of the next 5-6 weeks, I guess, 4 or 5 weeks or something like that. So got a chance to maybe get back to 500, maybe get a winning record and try. I mean, injuries are a thing, but I'd like to see the Ravens go in and then and I don't know about dominate the Dolphins, but at least go in and put a solid performance up. I'd like to see Lamar go out there and look fresh and look healthy and make it happen. I would please me to see the Dolphins lose because you got to talk about that on the other show. So that'd be fun for me. So yeah.
Any other thoughts on any other games there, Josh?
No, I think I agree. I hope the Dolphins lose so I can listen to you talk about it. That'll be fun. I'm gonna go.
Oh,
that
okay.
way. Yeah.
I mean, I guess I got mine earlier with the Dallas Cowboys celebration. Big week this week on the hey man, fucking. If you happen to be listening to this, if you happen to be one of our new subscribers from last week when we posted this cash money versus no limit fucking thing, and it ended up doing damn near 1,000 views. Hey, thank you for supporting. Thank you for subbing in. We plan on coming to you with more media stuff, more nostalgia stuff. So this is the place to find that shit. Next week over there on United Football Media, we're gonna have an interview with my man Josh here and another guy from that. I don't know. Am I allowed to call him something other than Ace now? What is the engagement here? What are the engagement rules now that y'all are public, forward-facing professional sports teams owners? Like, can I just call him his name now or?
No, he still wants to go by Ace. So
okay.
We're going to rock with that. Our VP.
Well, that right there lets you know what kind of a fucking success that you're headed for. This motherfucker, a grown man, talking about some call me Ace. I'm joking.
Mm-hmm.
Love you guys.
Let's go.
We'll have an interview with these guys next week, hoping to, on United Football Media about this crazy thing, this new summer league that they have bought a franchise in, put their money where their mouth is. Pretty crazy shit, coming from all of us. We're just buddies, content creators, and now these dudes are directly involved in the trenches out there. So that'll be happening on this page as you listen to this. Impending, you will be hearing the countdown of the top 15 horror movie villains. Freddy's going to be there. Jason's going to be there. Mikey Myers is going to be there. Pennywise is going to be there. So many people are going to be there. I got my guy James, who's went to film school, is a huge film buff, has a massive IMDb. Like, he is involved in the industry, and he loves horror, and he's going to be breaking it down for us throughout that episode. We hope to match the quality of the versus cash money no limit thing we put out last week. So we hope you all hit that up, enjoy it for the season that we are in. The reason for the season, Halloween, and of course, every week I'm up there on DolphinsTalk.com talking about the Dolphins matchup, breaking it down position by position. Be a funny episode this week because if anybody was taken by surprise by what the fuck happened in Atlanta by One-Eye Tua and his bandits, it was us on Dolphins Talk matchup. So excited to get into that with my man Rob. That'll be getting posted Thursday morning, actually, this week, because the game is Thursday night. So if you have any interest in checking that out, please do. All that, so much more, and that is because the world of DAR never stops.